From bricks to studs.
It's me.
There we go. There we go. There we go now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. Look at this. This is not Bricks O'Brien. Who is this? Who?
I know. I don't have a. I should have gotten a hat.
You should have gotten a hat.
I should have gotten a farmer's hat.
Dude had one job. I'm rocking all the Disney stuff. I'm trying to live vicariously through, through Brian here. Who? Let me tell you about a text I got from him this morning. At like 8:30 this morning, I get a text from Brian, and this is all the text says. The internet is horrible. That's all it said. So in my brain, I thought that somebody was coming after my boy for wearing his Oswald ears or whatever, and because the only post I've seen from him at this point was him wearing the Oswald ears.
You think he's gone viral on Disney Twitter?
Right. I thought like overnight, like he went viral for wearing Oswald ears or something, and I was like, I need names. I was like, I want to know who. And no, all he was doing was commenting on how bad the internet was at the hotel. Like that was it. But he didn't have any context around it. It was just a random text in the morning, no context. I'm like,
honestly, I think the best way to get canceled would be via Disney Twitter, like Disney adult Twitter. I think it'd be the funniest way to get canceled.
You have to look at a show and tell in Discord. Oh, see, that would require me checking Discord on a regular. I'm so bad about it. How are you good about Discord? I'm bad about Discord.
I'm pretty okay. Like I have 90% of the channels set to mute.
Yeah,
I have my channel fine, but like
on Discord. None.
Yeah, like, but also my Discord isn't like super popping or anything like that.
No,
it's super chill. So.
But I just don't. I don't know. I'm just bad. I'm really bad about it. I have a hard time. I didn't even know like the stand up to cancer stuff. Because I was so bad about checking that team Discord out of the gate. I didn't even know about like the whole video thing. Like I just didn't know that oh, you need to submit a video of this for the thing. I had no clue at all. And then it was like last minute. Brian was like, "Are you going to do this?" And I was like, "Didn't know about it. Sorry. No." I'm gonna have to take a pass. So that's how bad I am.
A lot of people didn't check the Discord.
Yeah. Once we got like
during or post.
That's the thing is like once we got in that last week or so, then I was living in it. Like then I was fine.
Yeah.
But
like the last like 4 or 5 days was incredibly active. There's still some people that never showed their faces in there, but hey, you can't win them all, can you?
No, it is what it is. But thank you. I got to thank JakeStuds here, and we'll thank him again once the show actually gets rolling. I got to thank Jakey for stepping in. I got I'm trying to think how he worded. I'm literally gonna put him on blast here. Let me read the text message from Brian. He said, "I've been given 1,000 tasks to do that compromise the time when the show would happen, so I have to bail." And that was yesterday afternoon. And I went, first of all, duh. Like, we talked about that. I was like, I know you're not going to be able to do the fact that you were even planning on trying to do this show from Main Street.
Where was he going to plan to do it from? Like on top of Space Mountain?
Right, exactly. I was like, what do you think you're going to do? Like, he had like started laying out, what was it? Tuesday night, he started laying out his, or Monday night, he started laying out his schedule. And I was like, you're going to literally be, from what you have told me, you're going to literally be in line for Figment during when the show is supposed to happen. Like, you're going to do this line from the Figment line queue? Come on, dude. Like, I know.
I mean, what a show that would have been. Just Brian crying.
That's the thing. Like, I wanted him. See, I told him, I was like, first of all, if this doesn't happen on the show, I need it to happen in, Instagram form. I need to see you go up to Goofy and Mickey and Donald and whatever, and I want you to show them pictures of all the Wicked sets coming out, and I want you to ask them if they think these sets are cool. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if all the Disney characters thought that.
I think Brian would have been escorted away from the premises.
He's going to be escorted from the premises just by wearing that Oswald hat. Anyway,
Oh, he looks cute in his little rabbit ears.
A super secret call right now. He probably is with like Universal saying, "Why aren't you making content for us?" That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
But I got immediately. I was like, okay, I know exactly who I want to fill in for Brian, and that is Mr. JakeStuds.
Some viral moments for your TikTok.
Yeah, I need Jake to bring all the spice. I need Jake to bring. He's gonna bring all the spice, all the heat.
I'm here to bring demure. That's the latest Gen Z word, demure, to the podcast. I still don't quite know what it means. I think Gen Z have made up their own meaning for it, which I just don't understand. But it's all over TikTok. So as long as we say that like 70 times, that's it. We'll get all the clicks, all the views.
I can't. Yeah, just bring all the hot takes and all the skibbity, the Riz.
Yeah, I've got the skibbity toilet in my yacht.
Yeah.
On the gritty.
Just don't be so Ohio. That's all I ask. Okay. Which I still don't understand what that means.
I've never been higher.
I still don't understand what it means. I've asked my son this 100 times. Like, okay, wait a minute. I don't understand what so Ohio means, because I was like, means mid. It's in the Midwest. Figured it meant mid, right? Absolutely not, Dad. That's not what that means. Then what does it mean? What does it mean?
To be honest, that one hasn't reached its way across the pond. I don't know what that one is.
Right.
We've just got a mewing across the pond. Kids are starting to say mewing in schools. It's like, oh no.
I don't know what that one is either.
It's where you like clench your jaw and like bring in your cheeks.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't have very prominent cheekbones.
You get that sort of like jawline. Kids are apparently doing this during school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kids are doing that during school to like
hide the fact that I don't have a jawline. Listen, you just throw some facial hair on there and it just works. Whatever, man.
I wish I could grow a face.
Ping still a thing? I don't know what that is. What is that? Ping?
Ping?
I always forget that Astro used to live over there. I forget that.
Astro used to live in the UK?
Yeah.
Huh. Fun.
Mr. Canuck, Mr. Canadian over here. Had no
sounds very Canadian to me.
He's a hybrid. For like a decade? You lived there for a decade, Astro, or was it a decade ago?
Probably a bit both.
Mr. Dual Citizen. Yeah. Anyway, but welcome in, everybody. We'll get rolling here in just a little bit, give people a little bit more time to filter. And we got a lot to cover because we already kind of had a stacked show, and then we got some breaking news late last night that has made its way into the show. So we'll be teasing or talking about these teases and stuff that have popped up for a decade 3 years ago. Okay, math. It's like we're drawing. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I've got
decade
my
for a decade 3 years ago. Got it.
Yeah.
I was told. Listen, we did enough math over the last 10 days trying to keep up with.
I don't want to look at numbers anymore.
That
numbers are big and they have no meaning anymore to me.
I would love to have, like, you talk about one of those things that a lot of people would say, I would love to like be inside the writer's room of, a Marvel project, or, I would love to have seen what's going inside the creative story group over at Lucasfilm. No, I want to be in the DMs between JakeStuds, Bricks O'Brien, and more during those 10 days. Like, that's what I want to see.
Honestly, it was a lot of Brian shouting, more coming up with reasonable ideas, and me just being like, or maybe, and then us all headbutting a table together, and then being like, right, this is the idea.
Jake was the wouldn't it be cool if guy.
Yeah, I was there I was the instigator of fun and frolicking.
I like that. Is that going to go on like a business card now?
That's a self-given title.
I can see that on a Jake's business card now.
Mm-hmm.
The fun and frolicking.
Yeah.
Right here. I love
it. My boss at work says he's the CEO of buying and taking out the bin bags.
Fantastic. Jesus, good Lord. All right, let's start this show. I'm cutting early because I wanted to see Jake's dance moves. He was rocking it. Wait a minute. This isn't Bricks O'Brien. Who is this guy? Ladies and gentlemen, JakeStuds is in the house, folks. We are going from bricks to studs, and I feel like it is actually a step up in quality, in show quality. By having this lovely human being here. So thank you so much, JakeStuds, for filling in for Mr. Bricks O'Brien, who's currently on assignment in an undisclosed location in Florida, in Disney World. I'm gonna go ahead and disclose it. So
incredibly undisclosed.
It's incredibly undisclosed.
This is his exact coordinates by the second. He is 440 hours west, 330 minutes.
Right. There's a Twitter account now being made, that's where in the world is Bricks O'Brien? And
yeah, we track T-Swizzle's plane and we track the whereabouts of Bricks O'Brien.
Right. I've just got him on Find My Friends, so I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, there he is. He's currently boarding Figment's whatever that little dragon, the mascot that Epcot tried to make that failed miserably. There we go. That ride.
But it has a cult following now, doesn't it?
Well, it's because it's so derpy. It's like people.
I mean, so is Brian, though. That's why we love Brian.
That's true. That's how you keep from getting canceled. You just become so silly that people love you for it, And then it was all a figment of our imagination. But Jakey, thank you so much for stepping in for Mr. Bricks O'Brien today. I really, really do appreciate you guys, Jake. Been around the Lego sphere for quite a while now. I found Jakey over on Twitch and immediately was like, oh, this dude's got meme written all over him, and just started adding him into my own channel and just finding the different things he would say. And he was folks, he was my very first redeem that I ever made. We were sitting in a show and he was talking about the squirty cream that they have over there in the UK. And I was like, well, that's a thing. And I'm going to add that. It's too good. By the way, love the hair.
Thank you.
Love the orange and green. It's looking very nice. So
yeah, it was supposed to be orange and yellow, but the yellow is UV reactive. So it doesn't look very yellow in my darkish hair. But
yeah, I don't think there's any kind of reactivity that can make that yellow. That's going to be green.
Yeah. We didn't have any bleach to bleach my hair to make it yellow. So this is the color it turned out.
I love it.
But this was all because of chat. This was all because we raised $1,000 on my channel for Stand Up to Cancer. Chat got to choose the color to dye my hair, and they went, "We want you to look like the Stand Up to Cancer logo." So This is
very Jokerish. It's like a cross between Carrot Top and Heath Ledger. So let's talk about Stand Up to Cancer. The team that you were one of the organizers with, my gosh, I mean, they absolutely annihilated it, absolutely dominated all the internet for 10 straight days. And we set a very modest goal of $22,205, and that goal was quickly smashed in less than
24 hours.
Less than 24 hours. So then, things, you could almost see where it was headed, right? So then there was a moment, I think it was second to last day, or so I think it might have been second to last day, and Brian sent me a text, and this is early on in the day, and he said, seriously, do you think we're going to hit $100,000? And at the time, I said no. Because I could see
we were saying no as well in the chat. We were like, it's gonna maybe
down.
We thought it was gonna maybe cap out like 85.
Yeah,
we thought that's where it's gonna hit. Originally, we didn't think we were going to hit near that number even to start with. I mean, when Brian asked me to be a coordinator, he was like, where do you think we can go? And I was joking around. It was like, 50K easy, 50, 60K. And he was like, bro, like, don't even joke about that. Like, can you imagine what we would have to do if we got to that far? And I was like, well, and then it actually comes to the thing, and we've raised over $117,000, which is bonkers.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, just seeing it slow down around that 80,000, 85 mark or whatever, I was like, yeah, okay, we're done. And then I think it was 9.5 had a huge night. Like it just went ballistic. And we wake up, we're like, whoa, what? And it was at that moment I was like, okay, yeah, this is happening. We're gonna hit 100. We're gonna cross 100,000. And yeah, and then as you said, we finished with 117,145 and 73 cents. And I even went to bed that last night. Brian closed everything. He was the last one on, and there were the individual campaigns kept going, but it wasn't adding to the total. But I went to bed seeing 116, and then all of a sudden, all these matches that were out there kicked in, and that propelled us to the 117. And what an amazing accomplishment by you, by Brian, by Amor, and by the entire team for what you guys.
Me, Amor, and Brian were purely facilitators of the chaos and fun and festivities that happened around this event. Brian especially, Brian being, chief boss, big organizer himself, doing most of the heavy lifting, and me and Amor to sort of more support him and what he can convince the sponsors and whatnot to drop and deliver. But yeah, no, like, I mean, we all did our own individual campaigns as well, but really it's genuinely is a team effort, and it's humbling and honoring to be a part of it.
It was incredible. You guys killed it. Not only seeing all the organizers, seeing you three in all the different chat, like you just kept seeing all you guys popping around everything, but then seeing other
make sure
team
you guys
members,
aren't doing anything naughty, especially you, Zach. Hey, we know what your chat's like.
Listen, I was trying to do naughty things.
Yeah, we saw. Okay. We had to squash those.
This is fine. But no, seeing everybody else popping, all the other team members popping into each other's channels as well, and getting people excited and keeping people up to date on, because once you get into like the live mode, it's hard to keep track of what's going on the Discord and what's happening. But seeing people pop in and that getting their respective chats excited about what's going on. And all of a sudden that you could see when somebody would come in and be like, yo, we're $1,000 away from reaching this particular level on the team or whatever. Then all of a sudden you'd see that creator get re-energized and reinvigorated, and all of a sudden, boom, now, and you could just go with the flow that way, right? You could feed off that energy. And then having people like Tiltify come in and support, and having people like, Stand Up to Cancer, Andy and his team come in and do, and all the resharing of posts that they were doing all across social media. Like it was a full team effort. It wasn't just, I'm going to give you three a lot of credit because you deserve a lot of credit. It wasn't just you three. It was a whole team that was working together.
100%.
From, the person that, raised $1 to the person that raised $23,000. Like everybody mattered. And that should not be lost.
It all goes to a fantastic cause as well. Like every dollar really does count at Stand Up to Cancer. It's the work they do is borderless. It's around the world, and it genuinely is saving people's lives. So thank you to everyone who fundraised, and even bigger thank you to everyone who reached into their pockets during a very hard time around the world to raise the biggest amount Stand Up to Cancer has ever seen during their August campaigns, because they do this every August. They get a bunch of streamers and YouTubers and all sorts of things to fundraise for Stand Up to Cancer, and they have never seen a stream team ever raise this amount of money in such a short space of time. I still think we're like 80-something% of their entire fundraising this month, and we only did it for 10 days.
That's amazing. I think you brought up a really good point too, that this whole campaign, every time I would see people donate and support, kept giving me hope in humanity.
Oh yeah.
During a time where around the world, as you pointed out, people are tightening those belts, right? It's not easy out there. Going to the grocery store is expensive across the world. It's not just one specific country or region or what, like it's all across the world. People are feeling this pinch, but people still dug deep and found a way to support, and that's huge. And that kept, I think that was overwhelming me more than any specific number or anything like that. It was seeing all the people from across the globe in our chat, because that's what's great about Twitch and YouTube and where is that we have a worldwide reach, and people were digging deep across the globe and helping helping support. Lots of anonymous bids too, people or not bids, donations. A lot of anonymous donations, people not needing accolades or anything like that, just donating to donate. And that's
high
huge.
amounts as well. Like I think all the total anonymous donations totaled up to something like $8,000, which is not an insignificant amount of money. That is a crazy amount of money.
Right. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you all to our coordinators, to our supporters, to our team members, to just the people that were in our chats, helping putting eyeballs on the things, to all the people, especially on Twitch, that were rating in that weren't even a part of the campaigns, but were rating in to help support, get more eyeballs. That was all humongous. To all the people that were, retweeting and resharing posts of links, dono links and stream links and things. You guys all played a major part. And I just, again, thank you to all of you for an absolute massive success. And all I have to say to the Bricks O'Brien, Amor, and Jakey here is good luck next year, because you guys have a massive milestone to live up to. So
it keeps me up at night already. It's keeping me up at night already.
But let's move out of the Stand Up to Cancer conversation real quick, and let's talk about some breaking news. Oh look, there's JakeStuds' name taped. You just tape your name everywhere, don't you? You don't even.
Yeah, this is my show now.
Yeah,
it's not Brian's.
Apparently,
it's my show. Yeah, this is the Z and J live.
He's just
unfiltered.
He's just it's fine. It's not even going to be Z anymore. It's just going to be JakeStuds Unfiltered.
We're not that unfiltered anyway.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what's absolutely beautiful about the whole thing. So anyway, we have some breaking news here, folks. We finally got our first look at the new Mario Kart sets coming from Lego. Now, these were teased March. Yeah, during Mario Day. These were teased during March. And at the time we kept kind of wondering, okay, what should we expect? What's going on? What can we expect from this? But over at Gamescom, Lego Group revealed 6 never before seen Lego Super Mario Kart sets. And these are interesting for me. Now, I don't get into the Mario set. This is what, first of all, what a heck of a time for Mr. Bricks O'Brien to decide to, miss a show, right?
Honestly, it's the best. And for me to be here, it's making him sit in a roller coaster, shake with like,
he's on Figment right now, just twitching, right? Yeah.
Twitching.
So Lego Mario Kart sets were originally teased as part of a Lego Group's Mario Day celebration back in March, and these are interesting. I don't get into a lot of the Mario sets like Mr. Bricks O'Brien does, but I do appreciate, for me anyway, I appreciate the electronics in the Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach thing, because I like how they interact with the adult sets. I think that's really cool, right? They're not just there to interact with the kid sets. They're there to interact with the adult sets as well. And I kept thinking we were going to get one new electronic figure with this Mario Kart line. And once again, Lego has disappointed me which is a normal thing these days. But we do get some really cool sets. So we have the Mario Kart Yoshi bike, the standard cart, the typical red and blue Mario one with the glider thing, and that does come with a buildable, Toad figure, which we kind of have been wanting to, you don't see more in a minifig style, but hey,
we're never gonna get minifigures.
This is as close to minifigs as we're gonna get. Like this, they literally, this is it. This is it. They showed it to us. This is what it is. They have minifig hands, but come on, I mean,
they kind of have minifig hands. If you actually look closer, I think those are Duplo.
They're like Duplo figures, yeah.
They're like Duplo size figures, and I think those are actual Duplo arms. I think those are like new molds that they've like inserted into bricks. They look like Duplo arms, which I find even funnier because it's like, oh, you wanted minifigures? Here's Duplo.
You go. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's almost like a smack on the face, honestly, for people that have been screaming for Mario minifigs. We do get a Donkey Kong and Baby Mario versus Baby Luigi, Toad's Garage, the Baby Peach, and Grand Prix set. And for those of you wondering, yes, if you get that, get those carts and things, you can fit your electronic Mario, Luigi, and Peach in them, and they will interact with the elements included in them as far as, getting, hitting blocks and things like that, and getting coins. My favorite part of the whole thing are the little shell stud shooters. I love that. So they have normal stud shooters with little shell bullets.
That's fantastic.
Red, green, love it. So there's a lot to really like about these, and I think when you start combining these and the tracks and things like that with the current Mario lineups, it's gonna be fun. Kids are gonna have an absolute blast with these sets. So I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know if you get into the Mario sets themselves, but I'm very excited about what Lego is showing us here. And honestly, they're kind of fairly priced for what you're getting. $14.99 US for the Yoshi bike, $19.99 for the standard cart. So $20 for the standard cart. That does come with the Toad figure. Donkey Kong, is up there in price. The biggest one, obviously, is the Baby Peach and Grand Prix set at $80. That's kind of but that's the biggest one, and you're gonna want that to kind of, outfit your whole racetrack. But did you get into the Mario sets at all?
I haven't, and it was mostly down to price of the original waves. They were kind of just a little bit out of my personal price range some of the time. I mean, they were on offer loads, but when I found the offers, they were like, you've got 20 more seconds to get this. It's like, oh, well, I don't have 20 seconds to figure out my finances right now. They have lowered the prices of the standard Mario sets now in the relaunch with the new boxes. Which does make it way more tempting. I would like to get myself a Mario because I do think, like you, the electronics in them are super cool. And I also don't think we're ever going to get minifigures. Lego and Nintendo are infamous for sticking to a formula and milking it until it's dry, even if everyone hates it. And you can't have two of these major companies that are so headstrong just be like, oh, sorry, yeah, we forgot. We've had these in the backlog for a while. Here's all your minifigures, grown-ass child adults.
They can't be wrong. They're two companies that never want to be wrong, and even when they are, they will find a way to get around it.
You're wrong for saying we're wrong.
That's
how wrong we are.
I about lost my stuff over this new Nightmare Before Christmas set where the designer was interviewed, and one of the big questions that people have had is the omission of Oogie Boogie, and he gave the most ridiculous spin I think I've ever heard come out of a
What
Lego
is it?
design.
I haven't seen that.
So he said, first of all, his first remark about why that particular character was not included in the set was he wasn't ever around those buildings. That was number one. Okay. And then he said, what was it afterwards? That they had already included a custom bow tie for Jack. So like it started to take away the ability to do extra figures and things. I was like, okay, well, first of all, that bow tie is on the other figure. So I don't know what you're talking about, because that unless I'm missing something with that bow tie, I see that on the original Jack. So
I mean, they could have destroyed the original
and had to recreate it, possibly,
and then they've had to recreate it. That happens a lot. That was what, like, the mystery of the infamous goat that happened.
Sure.
They made the goat, and then they were like, no one needs any goats anymore. We'll put it in the archive / it gets destroyed or whatever. So, that's why we never got goats again for like forever.
But for them to say that he shouldn't be included because he was never in the scene is the most slap in the face ridiculous comment I've ever heard. How many times have we seen Lego sets that include characters that were never in said scene that they are now representing? I mean, the latest one is the Avengers Tower. Like we never, the Wasp was never in or around the Avengers Tower in any of those films. So what? Don't come at me with this kind of malarkey and say this is the reason why. No, you just didn't want to. And that's what you should say. Like there should, he said we're working with in this case, we're working with two different IPs, both Tim Burton and Disney. And so we had to make a lot of challenging choices. You can't tell me that Disney and Tim Burton didn't want the set done right. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like that's, again, don't throw those kinds of things out there. Like that doesn't compute with me. But that just goes back to they can't be wrong. They're not going to be wrong. They can't be wrong. We have to move on. We have to just deal with, what they say. And yeah, we're never going to get minifigs when it comes to Mario. It's just one of those.
No, never.
So it's just one of those deals. However, that's not the only thing that they announced and released. Stop the presses, ladies and gentlemen. Our third phase of Animal Crossing. Both of these are slated for a January 1st release. Animal Crossing now featuring 3 brand new sets, and I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not big on the Animal Crossing stuff either. Like, I tried to play the game when it came out on the Switch. It just took too long for anything to happen, so I got bored really quickly and got bored of arguing with Tom Nook and his crooks in the game of capitalism. So it never really super interested me, although I would love for that I don't know what character that is, that blue hedgehog there, for someone to replace that on top of the Sonic one, because that would just look great and
that's
derpy.
Pretty funny. It's the Able Sisters clothing shop is what we're currently looking at, I believe. So yeah, I have no reference for any of this stuff. I know people do, and I also, again, I'm kind of looking at price here, and they're priced a little bit better than some of the previous, iterations. But here's the deal: like, look, I mean, if you got the other one, they're obviously doubling down and now tripling down on the Animal Crossing line, and it's a new series that people are liking and going after, and just embraces more of the video game IPs that they currently have, and good for you guys. Here's the best news, Jake, is that here's a bunch of sets that I don't have to buy.
Yeah, you're gonna get convinced to buy them eventually.
No,
you're gonna get convinced to buy them eventually, and then you're gonna spend way too much money on the aftermarket on Bricklink, buying them up because you're a completionist.
See,
like you're gonna end up doing it. One of those figures is gonna end up in one of your hands at some point, probably from a convention. Someone's gonna like handshake you, be like, Zach, lovely to meet you. And as you pull your hand away, there's gonna be a little Tom Nook in your hand. You're like, damn it, now I have to get the rest of them.
I'm here.
You know that's gonna happen.
I'm part of this now. Yeah. No. I'm trying to stay as far away from. I have to listen. We had a huge month in August, and now September 1st is rolling around. Not nearly as bad, but we know that October is also rolling right around too, and that's going to have some interesting stuff. But I got to pump the brakes somehow, some way or another. Like, and it's nice that I can look at people, watch people, see people that love these sets, and I can, just enjoy it through them and step aside.
You sound very skeptical. You sound like no. I can enjoy it through them until I need my fix. Oh God, give me the Lego.
Here's the problem: is that I'm a minifig guy, and so what ends up happening? These minifigs. So here's my solution to all of this is I just get on Bricklink and I just eventually just buy all the minifigs. So you're gonna pay top dollar for those. That's the problem.
They're all exclusives. They're like there's very little like duplicates across those sets. You're gonna end up paying more than just buying the sets now. You know you are.
I hope not. I need to start looking at it sooner rather than later, though, and see before because what you're right. Once these things start retiring, then all of a sudden it's going to become a problem unless they continue to release new sets or expansion sets for these that include the same figures. Then at that point, the price will start to drop a little.
Sure, they might include the same figures, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not into the lore of Animal Crossing, but I'm pretty sure all of these characters have like 50 different outfits across all the different games.
Right.
So they've got a catalog of variants, which will cause you the exact same headache and problem, Zach.
That's what I'm waiting on for now that Mario Kart is coming out. I'm waiting. This phase 1 is going to be good with Mario Kart. It looks good. It really does. The phase 2 is what I'm kind of waiting on. Is I want to see what additional carts we get. I want to see what, they did those extra costumes for Mario, right? The Tanuki and the penguin and all of whatever. What I'm waiting on is that style for Mario Kart is extra card expansions or accessories or gliders or things like that. I think that next phase, that second phase, will be really, really cool. Where they start embracing
like that.
Yeah, I can see them going that way.
With like what they did with the city bikes, where they were like $9 and it was a bike and a minifigure. You could do that with the Mario Kart sets super easily. You could do here's $5 and it's like a glider and a couple of different wheels. It's $15 and it's a bike or a car, and it's maybe something else that you can accessorize on it. You can accessorize the glider, the wheels, and the car itself, can't you? So there's multiple combinations that they can do.
Imagine a wheel pack. I mean, I think a wheel alone, because that's what starts happening in the game, right? As you start accessorizing your carts and making them your own, and then a Mario Kart lineup like that, man, you at that point you're printing money. I mean, people are going to go.
I mean, they're printing money already.
Well, they are, but that's that's a nice extra feather in your cap is to be able to do that. Listen, we were just talking about it. August 1st was rough. Like that was a rough time for people's wallets when it came to buying Lego. September 1st is right around the corner, and we've got a couple big releases coming out in September, as well as all the advent calendars and holiday stuff is starting to, filter in. But guess what? It's not done yet, Lego fans. No. Brickworld is excited to announce that badge sales for Brickworld Chicago 2025 will open at 9 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, August 22nd. Here we thought we had another good month, to kind of wait, refill our wallets, refill our bank accounts. Oh no. Out of nowhere, here comes Brickworld going, wait, hold my beer, hold my adult beverage, hold my vacation juice. You have to start planning for your Brickworld Chicago 2025 vacation trip. That is not happening until June 14th. Tomorrow. my God. So here's the deal, folks. The badge sales will go online tomorrow, 9 p.m., August 22nd, 9 p.m. Central Time. After you get your badges and whatnot, that's when the hotel block will also open up. You'll be taken to the next page after you go through that process will be, buy your hotel block now. And so to me, the hotel rooms, because it's a convention hotel, everybody wants to stay on property. Those will go fast, and those will go first. So if you are thinking about it, get your hotel room booked for that weekend, because it is going to go, and it's going to go super duper fast. Make sure you're on the mailing list for Brick World Chicago. You can go to brickworld.com and make sure you get on that mailing list, because they'll be sending out a link Thursday night. That's a direct link, so you can get the badges, or you can just go to the website and scroll through everything, the locations, and take it. But the easiest way to do it is just use the direct link that they send you in the email. So go sign up today for the email, get on their mailing list, and then just use the link that they email you Thursday night to get your tickets and your hotel stay. We saw it last year, or this year, I'm sorry. Hotels went quick. Their attendance increased dramatically, and I'm assuming they're anticipating it going up another notch, which is why they're releasing this stuff so flippin' early. Jake, over there, do you have like one big definitive like brick convention, Lego convention over there that's like the must go to one?
Yeah, the must go to one is in Manchester in February every year. This next year, 2025, it's the end of February. It's called Bricktastic. It is a charity event run by Fairy Bricks. It's a 2-day event, and it is like 99% mocks, 1% sellers. It is the most fun, most wholesome, and most creative weekend that there is within the UK Lego like scene. Like, I come away from that every year being like, man, how can I up my game for next year? What can I do? What can I think of? And then like I get to now, and it's like 2 months away from registering if you want to display a mock, and I'm like, I've got no ideas. What am I doing? I've got to register.
What is it going to take to get you here for Chicago?
Oh man, I'd love to go to Chicago. Flying from the UK to America is crazy expensive, and then if you got to put like hotels and conventions and things like that on top, that's turning into like a $4 or $5 grand like 1 week holiday. That's insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if someone out there if someone out there from Brick World is looking for a UK Lego content creator in his prime, who's willing to bring over some mocks, maybe host some panels, do some panels, entertain the folks. Who, we need some British charm could be needed.
We need a Brick World MC that is not Bricks O'Brien. That's all I'm saying. Brick World organizers.
He's old news. This is the Zach and Jake live Unfiltered show.
Right. Exactly. We don't need we gone from bricks to studs, baby. Let's go. Oh yeah. Let's go. Come on. We need a get JakeStuds to Chicago. Hashtag just be there. That's what we need. I'd love to get Jake to Chicago, but I totally get it. I mean, getting from there. The good news is that, an international flight into Chicago is a lot easier than like coming to my state as an example. But we got some time. We got to start working on it. We got to start cooking for JakeStuds to get him to Brick World Chicago 2025. Speaking of spending money, Jake, September 1st is right around the corner, and
my bank account is crying already with all the amazing Lego.
It's September 1st is not nearly as bad as what we got with October 1st. However, we did finally just have our first look at the brand new Harry Potter, the Burrow Collector's Edition. This is a set that we've known is coming out. We've just been kind of waiting for official imagery and things. And it was one of those deals we kind of kept looking at our watch going, we're only a couple weeks out of September 1st, Lego. Where are our land members out there showing off the set? Where's Lego making an official announcement? We need to, tick tock, Lego folk. But finally, we got the official announcement from Lego, and the Burrow Collector's Edition is coming out September 1st for insiders, September 4th for general release. 2,405 pieces and 10 minifigs included. This is basically just a zhuzhed up version of the previous Burrow sets that we've gotten, fitting into that 18 plus, adult Lego range. And darn it, Jake, they got me. I want
they
this
got
set.
you?
I want this set so bad. And you know what got me? You know what got me? It's an enclosed house. It's a clamshell style enclosed house.
Hey, Zach, how much Lego do you own?
Listen, that is besides the point, sir.
You own an obscene amount of Lego. That previous set was only short of like maybe 800 pieces to close up the entire thing. Like,
I don't own that previous set.
This set does absolutely zero. Like in the needs, the wants, and even the why did they even make it? The last one, and like it was a good set. Like it had great play features. It was a fantastic size. It was great display Like it was great. This is so like semi unneeded, other than people like you with bank accounts that seem to not have a limit on them to be like, oh, whoops, I fell into the Lego store again.
No, I'm living the American dream and I'm in debt. Like that's just there's the credit card debt is real, folks. Listen, the reason why this set needs to exist and the reason why this set does exist is the same thing, the same structure that they've established with, the castle, with the Hogwarts Express. They make you play sets of these versions, smaller versions of these that are play sets that are for the kids that are relatively less expensive. And then they give the adults their version that are not necessarily play sets. They don't have a lot of play features or anything. They have displayability and they have, Easter eggs that adults resonate with and can appreciate, and the details inside that adults appreciate. And that's why this set exists. It's going to take the details and things that you are missing from those play sets and put them inside. The last Burrow set we got was what, 2020? Like it's been a minute. Like it's not like
it's been a minute, Zach, but I've got an answer here that proves that even Lego doesn't really care about this set. So inside there are two portraits, two printed shield pieces. Oh, we've got balloons apparently. Someone's on a Mac. Ooh, look at him, fancy pants, Rich McGee over there.
Somebody's comes. That's calling the kettle black, isn't it? Like, what's going
on? No, there are two printed shield pieces in that set. That on the box artwork they have edited out with mystery question marks. It's like, ooh, what's it gonna be? And then they do the detailed lifestyle shots. One of the pictures is in plain sight of a knight, and the other one has just the rest of it cut off, but you can see the legs. Lego doesn't even care enough to blur out or block out the mystery part of it. They don't care. They just want your money. This is just a throwaway. They've gone, hey, this is the old one. We'll upgrade these small little bits, throw some extra bricks in there, and pretend there's a mystery.
Don't even get me started on these lifestyle photos. Listen, they've been known to screw up these lifestyle photos from time to time. Now, is it a money grab?
Pull your way out of this one, Zach. Go on.
Absolutely, it's a money grab. 100%. This is a money grab, but it falls in line with what they've established, right? Like it's no different than giving us a Hogwarts Express play set and then giving us a Hogwarts Express collector's set. Like Would I prefer them to do more unique collector style sets like the icons, the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts icon set? Absolutely. That set was unique. It was interesting. It had the detail that you wanted, and it was like the ultimate Harry Potter fan set, minus if they had included the Sorting Hat in that set somehow, some way. That was the only thing that set was missing. And obviously they had plans to do some kind of Sorting Hat down the road anyway. But that was the ultimate for me, collector set. This set, I mean, this set has more detail than the Gringotts set did, right? It's not suffering from the terrible Gringotts, sticker syndrome that set was, plagued with. The Diagon Alley, set it's amazing, and it has all the, hidden Easter eggs and stuff adults want, but again, it's all open back, and I hate that. I want closed.
Why do you hate open back? I don't. So I have this thing on my channel where we review set. We don't really review sets. I don't like set reviews. Set reviews are boring AF. But I have this saying that AFOLs ruin everything. Okay, there isn't a part of the Lego universe that AFOLs do not ruin at some point.
Everything. We really
AFOLs ruin Lego.
We can't be happy. We can't be happy.
They can't be happy.
No.
You're only going to build this and stick this on your shelf. That's only going to be viewed from one angle. Why do you care so much that it's open backed? If anything, it's easier then to when people go, "Oh wow, is that the Burrow from Harry Potter?" You go, "Yeah," and you turn it around. They go, "Oh, look at all this inside. It's
you're
amazing."
Not wrong.
Instead of having to haul it out of your coax and plonk it on a table, then open it up, and people go, "Oh, yeah." So
you're not wrong.
Why there's stuff inside?
The clamshell feature. So I would set it up in a way where you could easily slide the clamshell open, right, where you could see inside it at that point.
That's because you're a conversationalist.
Right.
You're a storyteller. You're an entertainer.
The best thing I've ever seen them do with a style like that is the Home Alone house, where it was the dollhouse style. That's what I want to see more of from Lego. If they can give me more dollhouse style where the front opens up, you're talking a perfect world at that point, right? I want to see all the detail and show off the detail inside. Give me the dollhouse style. Do that with your Legos. And if it'd be hard for a set like this because of the design, because it's so rectangular and straight up and everything like that. But there are plenty of sets like a Diagon Alley set where all of those sets could have been opened up in the front facades could have opened up and you could have seen inside the stores, as opposed to turning the whole thing around and being able to see inside. Because you're right, you're going to stick it on a shelf and it's a longer set. Then all of a sudden now you're like, well, how do I actually see all the cool stuff? You just don't.
You never see it.
And that's why I don't like the open back stuff, because all the cool stuff is behind everything, right? I want to be able to see what's happening, and then you got to figure out how to display okay, well, fine. Do I display it the other way? Well, no, can't do that, because then it doesn't show what it actually is. It's a tough.
Once again, AFOLs ruin Lego.
We really do. We suck at everything. Here's what they're doing though. They've got here's why I don't think that they don't care. Okay, is they have a Nightmare Before Christmas set coming out on September 1st, right? They announced that first. It's coming out. Then they release this, and now AFOLs have to make a decision, because they're not just releasing the set; they're releasing an exclusive gift with purchase with the set, and it's only available for the first 10 days, and also while supplies last. So here's the problem. You have two bigger adult-centric sets, both coming out the same time, that kind of tap into a lot of the same audience. You must choose wisely. So, to me...
No, they're just hoping for people like you, Zach, who have no control,
that's the
who
problem,
are going to walk into that store and walk out with a trolley full of everything.
Right.
And as children go past and go, oh wow, you're gonna be like, get away from me.
Yeah.
And you're gonna slowly walk past, whistling to yourself, being all happy with your Lego.
Thank God I don't want the Deku tree. Like, that's all I can say. You know what I mean? Thank God I don't want that Deku tree.
And you shouldn't want it, because those are all exclusively for Brian.
Right. They're just catering to Brian at that point.
Yeah.
But here's where I look at it. I go, okay, let's say, because I only do. Let's say, which I really don't. Let me just preface that with it. I really don't have the money to buy either one of these sets. But let's say I had the money to buy just one. Well, now you've given me an exclusive gift with purchase. I'm headed that direction. Like, because now I'm getting something extra for my money, right? If I have eventually thought I was going to own this set at some point in time in my life, I have the funds to do it now, I'm going to buy this set before the Nightmare Before Christmas set now, because I get that exclusive gift with purchase. I'm going to buy this set before the Deku Tree set, because now I get an exclusive gift with purchase, right? On top of, they're attaching two other gifts. They're not exclusive to this set, but they're exclusive to Harry Potter. So now not only do you buy this set and you get an exclusive gift with purchase, but you're also walking away with two extra gift with purchases on top of it. So I think they do care about this set, and I think they're pushing this one. I think Lego has gone out and started pushing this one.
That's a way to get people like you to buy it. Because they've seen it, they've gone, they've probably got the old one, they're not gonna want a second, let's give them a whole bunch of gift with purchases.
Maybe now I do really like this this gift with purchase, not the Flu Network, not the actual Lego built set. That one, whatever, I take it or leave it. I'm fine with it. You're gonna give it to me, I'll take it. I like free stuff. But it's the Weasley clock, which is not Lego. It's obviously it's got Lego branding in it, but it's not Lego built. It's just a really cool collector's item from a really cool clock. And that's, to me, like, that's what did it. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, I want that clock. Like, I want that clock. So that's, not only did they get me with the clamshell style of the house, all of the 10 minifigs associated with the set, but then they're going to throw in this adorable little, clock representation collectible. Lego, you got me with this one. Oh, and by the way, we're also going to throw you out a little extra set and a poly bag that's been out for a while. Fantastic. Thank you for the extra free stuff. I appreciate you, Lego. But this to me, if I had Deku Tree on my list, if I had Nightmare Before Christmas on my list, and then this comes out with those two things, whoosh, right to the top of the list. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, happening. So, but again, while supplies last, only for 10 days. You guys, you got decisions to make. You got choices. You have to make. Speaking of choices that you have to make, ladies and gentlemen, Lego has been doing some interesting things since 2019, where they established the replay. So Lego been really big about sustainability and sustainable materials and things like that, and trying to recycle and reuse, which is good. We're not really seeing them over here in the States yet, but I'm assuming, Jake, over there you get all of your sets now in like the paper sacks, or most of them.
I mean, I don't actually buy that much Lego. I'm actually quite a bad Lego Lego collector. My backlog is reasonably small and predates any of the paperbacks.
Interesting.
So I've never actually received a paper bag or anything like that. But this replay system, I think, it's been around for a while, but they haven't really pushed it.
In 2019, 2019 they launched it.
And then it's it did have a brief moment. If not, it still does exist here in the UK. But again, it's not really spoken about or pushed or anything like that. Like there's no signage in the Lego stores about it. You have to really hunt for it on the website. I found it by accident once, I think, just like roaming around the Lego website's blog. I was like, oh, they have a recycling program. That's fantastic. Like, why isn't the land talking about this? Why isn't, why is no one ever mentioned this ever?
Right. It just seems to be forgotten, and then all of a sudden something like this will happen kind of do an extra little push. And so they've come out and they've said that, back in 2021, they did a bunch of market research and they discovered that families in the UK, Germany, and France were looking to offload a large portion of their Lego collectibles. Obviously, it's not the US because we're all hoarders here, apparently. So, but that being said, why aren't more people talking about this? And why is Lego kind of burying it on their site and not having it front and center in their stores? If they really, is this more of a save face kind of thing? Or is this actually them saying, we really do care, but nobody else does? Why aren't we seeing more of this? Why is this not a thing? I love that they're telling us now, like, oh, here, by the way, if you're looking to even, sell your Lego, here's some cleaning. Like, they've offered up cleaning tips now and how to, separate them and get them. And, they have very specific, criteria on how you can actually return them to Lego. They can't be like, you literally have to separate all the pieces and they have to be cleaned and all this stuff. But they're giving you tips on how to do all these things now, which is nice. But again, it's buried. It's not around. It's not available for people to easily find. So kind of starts to make me wonder if they really are pushing it as much as they should be.
Yeah, I think part of this is greenwashing. Like, it's what every massive company does. They all have, like, you read the side of a Coke bottle and it gives you very precise tips and tricks on how to recycle your Coke thing and be like, do it this way and it gets recycled the best way, X, Y, Z. And this is Lego's version of that. But I also do think it's probably as well trying to put their own stamp on an already existing market of brick cleaners and brick redistributors. Like, there are charities that already existed out there that kind of did this, and this is Lego's way of being able to put the actual official Lego brand name on it, because it basically costs them nothing and it's a tax write-off. And if anything, it's probably better Lego do it because it's a tax write-off for them rather than these charities doing it where they're having to do logistics and pay staff and figure out all that other stuff for it. So what I'd actually like to see is Lego partnering with the charities around the world that already do this and giving them the supplies and manpower and resources to do their jobs better with it. And I think, giving the Lego stamp seal of approval to it. I think that could make more impact than a hidden link at the bottom of their website, which is very vague about as a title, replay. Like, what does that even mean on to Lego, and especially what does it actually mean on a website? Like, if you were to click on that on a website, connotations are completely different to if you were to see that in a Lego brand store.
It's not only, it's also interesting the way that their wording and research was done, right? So they're claiming, research that was carried out in 2021 showed that 96% of families in the UK, Germany, and France are ready to part with their Lego products. That's 2021. What we saw between 2021 and 2022 was a huge boost in Lego value and Lego desire, right? So if this research was carried out in 2021, how different is that research today? And the fact that they're claiming that now, that they're going back, they're looking at research that was done 3 years ago. Unless I'm just reading this wrong, I feel like the research is outdated compared to where the Lego market is currently.
I think the research is not that outdated, but what I think it needs is an asterisk on it of how many more people are now aware that their Lego that they had when they were children that are stuck in their mother's or grandmother's loft is now worth a little bit of dosh.
Right.
That's and how can they get their dosh out of it? This is a free recycling program,
exactly,
where they're not going to make their dosh out of it.
Right.
But if they go siphoning through that and figure out, oh, this minifigure is suddenly worth 30 quid. That's why they're wanting to part with it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a little bit of extra information there that I feel like people are now becoming, because it's hitting our news here. I don't know how it's hitting news over there, but it's becoming more and more prevalent in the news around here that, Lego's worth money.
And it's over here in the UK, it's sort of slightly hitting the sides. Like if you go on Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree, etc., and you search up Lego, every now and then you'll be able to find like a sweet deal. You'll be like, these suckers don't even know what they got. But it's becoming harder and harder to do that. I remember, so during the pandemic, when everyone picked up Lego again because they had nothing else to do, myself included, I was on Facebook Marketplace scrolling through, being like, okay, what kind of things are out there? What can I try and find? I found the Deadpool Wolverine helicopter set on Facebook Marketplace for £60. And to this day, I still regret not picking that up, not finding a way to be like, let's do this safe. We're all head to toe in hand sanitizer and exchange money and sets, etc. I still regret it to this day.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of that people are experiencing now. And I wonder how many people are really going to be taking advantage of, even if they can find out about this particular program. Because again, they're not out there like really telling people about it. I mean, it might be in some of the AFOL circles and stuff like that, but it's not a message that's being pushed out very much. So I'll be curious to see how many people really, once they find out about it, will buy into it. I'll tell you, one of the things that I don't think anybody's getting rid of these days are all their collectible minifigs, because my gosh, these things, I have a few from series 13, I think is my earliest set. And then, pretty much from series, I think 19 on, I think I have the whole, like all the sets, or all the series. We've got the new Dungeons and Dragons series coming out on September. Here's another September 1st one that's going to, start stealing some of your pocket change. And this kind of got me thinking, along with Jake did a fantastic breakdown of all of the CMFs and did a tier list of all the CMFs on his channel during the charity drive. And it was a fun experiment. It was a fun experiment to watch and everything.
Chaos. Yeah, it was chaos, and it was murder in the chat. That's what that was.
But it got me thinking, what are some, like, if you could name one, Jake, that a series that has not been done yet that you would like to see, what would that series be?
Okay. Here's my hot take on this.
Oh God, here we go.
First one, get rid of the barcodes. Blind boxes are supposed to be blind. I don't care what's in the box. I'm going into the Lego store. I'm asking, like back when it was like bags and they used to feel them out and the employees used to feel it out and separate them. I used to go in and go, hey, I want 6 random ones. And they go, sorry, sir, you misspoke. Which ones do you want? I'll go, right, 6 random ones. And then they take my temperature. They call my doctor. They do that little, like with a little hammer on your knee to make sure your reflexes are okay. They do all of that, and then they eventually give me, along with a bag of like paracetamol and anti-nausea medication and antipsychosis medication. Nice. They hand me my random 6 minifigures. So get rid of the QR codes. Get rid of that. Blind boxes are supposed to be blind boxes. It's not gambling. It's not a lottery.
Yes.
It's nothing like that. It is a blind box of a limited amount of things. It's part of the fun in games. Mystery boxes like this have existed in games and toys and collectibles for years.
Sure.
The line I would like to see them do, this is a rogue one. I'd like them to combine the build a minifigure concept with a CMF line. So you would pay maybe $7. You'd get a slightly bigger box of random assorted minifigure pieces. It will include X amount of accessories, X amount of torsos, X amount of heads, etc., etc. Possibilities endless.
I like that.
What a fantastic concept that would be.
I would like that. Because everybody would have something unique that they could build and showcase and whatnot. That would be really,
say
really
they did
cool.
like 100 items in total across that range. 100 items that could, across all the boxes, like could, in multiple variations, could go in. That's like millions, if not billions of different combinations.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, it's different than just going out and having another Marvel series or another Disney series or, whatever, another series of just random whatevers. We were talking about this before we got started. I would like to see like a classic series of series is the best way I can put it, right? So we have a series of just Castle. And it's a bunch of like just amazing molded figures that have to do with Castle, and then a whole series dedicated to space, and a whole series dedicated to pirates. Like I want that, where they're not intermixed and intermingled with other things. Like you don't just get like a random Blacktron guy that's like crazy and half alien now or whatever. No, I want like an actual space series of 12 figures or whatever, like in that series, or a series of 12 pirates and things like that. I think it's time. I want to see Lego, especially for us A-fulls who ruin everything. I want to see them start embracing their history more, that way. And maybe you could even do that.
You want to know what my answer to that would be, Zach?
Oh God.
A-fulls ruin
everything.
Lego.
A-fulls ruin everything, Jake. You know who didn't ruin anything was you on this show, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. JakeStuds, ladies and gentlemen. This guy coming in clutch, filling out the show. Jakey, where can kids find you over on the internet?
You can find me on Twitch and all over various social media platforms as JakeStuds, where I give more hot takes and even more Lego than Zach does.
Yes. He actually started the Slow Builders Club, by the way. Just so everybody know, he's the president of the Slow Lego Build. He's the president of the SLBs over on Twitch.
It took me 45 minutes to build this on stream yesterday.
I love it. That's fantastic. You're a freaking rock star, dude. Thank you so much for filling in. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit those bell notification icons, and share out the links to this show. We love to boost the show and this YouTube channel as much as humanly possible. You can also find us over on podcast channels like Apple Podcast and Spotify. So make sure you get over there and subscribe, and heck, even leave a comment either here or over on those podcast channels. Jake, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you. I love you, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye!